As new mining projects ramp up, more and more people are leaving their regular lives to join the fly-in, fly-out army. At last count, there were more than 50,000 FIFO workers in Western Australia, but not every company is filling aircraft up with contractors and employees. The Argyle Diamond Mine, one of the first fly-in, fly-out mine sites in Western Australia, has shifted its focus to employing locals, just like the good old days. Claire Nichols reports.
It's 5 in the morning at the Argyle Diamond Mine, and the workers that camp here are fed and ready for their day. This is Australia's largest diamond mine, producing about a third of the world's supply. 25 years ago, it was also one of the first fly-in, fly-out mine sites in Australia, and a young Kelly Dasborough took the first of hundreds of plane trips to the Kimberley.
We used to sit at the airport, and if a plane took off, it was like, wow, look at that, there's a plane. Whereas today, they come and go every couple of minutes.
For a quarter of a century, Kelly Dasborough has braved the 3.5-hour commute to and from the site and progressed from being a truck driver to the superintendent of the open pit mine. Every week he leaves his wife and 2 children in Perth and is always back home in time for the weekend.
That's all they've ever known, so they know that go to work is come up to Argyle and then come home is the home time.
But workers like Kelly Dasborough are becoming a rare breed at Argyle. Of 500 employees, just over 100 are fly-in, fly-out.
We started off as a FIFO mine, and as you pointed out, it was one of the firsts. And now we're actually in a position where over 70% of our workforce is actually local and residential in the East Kimberley. So it's been a big transition away from that, and we've sort of done that almost at a time when a lot of other sites are transitioning to FIFO workforce.
Around WA, the number of FIFO workers is on the rise. At a typical working mine site, about 52% of employees are fly-in, fly-out. When a project is in the construction phase, the percentage is even higher. With new projects ramping up around the state, there's expected to be a blowout in FIFO numbers in the next few years. The Chamber of Minerals and Energy says the work practice is simply the preferred option for many West Australians.
If a ore body has a relatively short period of life, it's remote, then that lends itself to fly in, fly out. But I think what is also happened, of course, is that within the family unit, that's changed dramatically over the last 20 years. So it suits, from that point of view, the modern family unit.
But as more people turn to FIFO, there's a growing chorus of people questioning its effect on families, health and communities. A federal government committee is running an inquiry into the fly-in, fly-out model and its effect on regional towns. It's a concern that Argyle is all too aware of, prompting its transition to a local workforce.
We believe that having our employees in the Kimberley is a really important way in which we can add that contribution to the development, socio and economic development within the East Kimberley.
Is it more cost effective to employ locally?
We believe so. We believe not only does it have benefits in the East Kimberley, but also we see lower turnover with our staff.
Rhys Jenkins is one of the workers who made the move to Kununurra to work for Argyle.
We moved here, set up a little nest, bought a house, got a dog, got some chickens, so we're loving life in Kununurra.
The company believes workers who live close to the mine site are more likely to be loyal to the company.
For them to make a decision to actually go and work somewhere else is a very, very difficult one. For a FIFO employee, they can just jump on a different plane.
And soon, it seems, workers might not need to jump on a plane at all. In a couple of years, this operation will shift underground and the open pit mine will start to be rehabilitated. This won't only mean a massive change in the landscape, but a major shift in the way the workforce operates here at Argyle.
Not vehicle mad one going down.
This underground mine is expected to extend the life of Argyle by at least another 8 years. Right now, it's still being constructed, but when it's complete, it'll operate in a very different way, with no people required underground to operate the machinery.
They actually have joysticks in front of them, and what they do is actually set up the loaders, and they set them up on their runs.
And they can do that from anywhere?
Basically, they could do it from anywhere they like.
In this case, the operators will work from the Kimberley, but in this brave new world of mining, where mines can be operated from thousands of kilometres away, it seems the need for a fly-in, fly-out workforce could be even further reduced.
It could, and I suppose to some extent it's going to. And we see control operators' jobs, for example, moving out of perhaps remote areas to, in the most common example, into the Perth metropolitan area. But look, it's a long way away before we're actually going to start replacing significant numbers of people in the resource sector.
For fly-in, fly-out worker Kelly Dasborough, who runs the open pit mine, the shift to new underground technology will probably mean the end of his time at Argyle.
Either it'll be a transfer to the underground or more than likely look at going to another Rio Tinto site or completely new.
So, as these miners start the long flight home, the question is whether one day it could be for good.
Claire Nichols reporting from the Kimberley there.